to our street food tour. The food here on Mauritius is as diverse as the cultures that characterize the country. We have Indo-Mauritian food, we have Sino-Mauritian food, we have Creole food, and lots more. And we're gonna try it all.
I don't know how I'm gonna eat this without looking absolutely ridiculous.
Can we get some more?
Okay. I think I do like it. Cheers. Welcome to Portlouis Central Market. We'll be in Portlouis for the next 2 days, and today is a Sunday, which means that it's less busy than usual, and that also means that some shops will be closed, but we still wanted to dedicate our time in Portlouis to trying as much Mauritian street food as we can. Let's start with breakfast. So this is our breakfast Alouda.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah? What's Alouda again? So it's like a milkshake, right?
Yeah, it's like a Mauritian version of a vanilla milkshake, I think, because it has some vanilla ice cream in it, it has milk, it has some agar-agar jelly, and also some basil seeds, which I think do taste similar to chia seeds.
And they're supposed to be good for digestion.
Is it?
That's what people have been telling us, yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. We have tasted one Alouda and Capeau, so this is our second one.
The last one was very jelly-like.
Yeah, the last one had a lot of the agar jelly. Oh yeah, it's a good vanilla milkshake with some extras. Let me try the basil seeds. I'm not a big fan of the agar jelly. It doesn't really do anything apart from having this weird consistency.
From what we've seen, people here drink Alouda like Italians drink espresso in Italy. Basically just go up to them, get your drink, slam it down and then leave. This is not as easy to drink as a small espresso.
But it is very environmentally friendly to not sell it in these plastic cups.
So this one tastes a lot like the ice cream that is inside. And then the seeds are a more healthy version of bubble tea, I would say. So I mean, I can understand why this drink is so popular.
Before we dig into some food, we wanted to check out the market. So here behind me in this hall we have fruit and veggies.
Here we are now in the meat section of the market. That's actually pretty convenient because all of the giant halls where you can buy the meat have got signs on them to show you what kind of meat is being sold here. So for example, behind me you've got the fish, and then in these sections here we've got pork and beef. And inside the sights and smells are interesting, to say the least.
This market also has a very old feel to it, especially here in the fish and meat section. It was actually built in British colonial times, so in 19th century, and you can feel that it hasn't changed much ever since. At least the buildings and the signs haven't, which is quite cool.
So during the week the market really is much busier. So it is nice to come on a Sunday, although probably for the best experience it's good to go on a weekday before 9 AM. So then all the stalls will be open, but you won't have that many crowds. Why didn't we come here on a weekday then?
Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah. So we just got probably one of the most popular Mauritian street food snacks, Dholl Puri. It looks like a pancake, and it is a kind of pancake.
A very yellow pancake.
A very yellow pancake. Okay, I'm first going to dissect the dish a little bit because it is kind of simple, but it's what's inside that will give it its flavor. So here we have the filling of the Dholl Puri.
It doesn't look very
appetizing. Okay,
appetizing.
Let's quickly close it again.
It's different curries.
Actually, we don't need to look inside. So first, let's try this outer wrapper on its own. It's very doughy, but it's got a really nice flavor to it because the peas are just something different than regular flour. I don't know how I'm going to eat this without looking absolutely ridiculous.
You won't.
You don't think I'm going to look
Just
ridiculous?
give up on it.
The taste is really nice. Curry inside. I think it's also a probably like a lentil or pea-based curry. We also asked them to put a lot of chili in there as well. Yeah, it's a very feel-good snack. There's a sauce in there, a tomato-based sauce that's very popular here on Mauritius, with onions and lots of herbs in there as well. I just really like this. You want to try it?
I think the filling tastes a little bit like an Indian dal, if I had to compare it to something. Yeah, you're right. It's good. It's just good. I can taste some coriander, and I love coriander.
And you can get it everywhere here. Yeah, and because
Yeah, and especially in portlouis.
you can easily spot it because there's this pile of pancakes, basically,
yellow pancakes.
lying around.
Okay, breakfast done. No.
Ah, merci. I got this thing here. It's filled with mashed bananas. Can't really decide if I like it or not. It is actually quite nice. It's interesting. It is mashed bananas in some pastry. I think I do like it. Would taste really nice fresh out of the oven. Maybe this is a little bit old, but in general it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
We're having a little break in this park in the middle of Port Louis. I believe it's called Le Jardin de la Compagnie. It's not big, but it's quite beautiful because there are these really old banyan trees and they're quite impressive. And they're full of these really big bats, and I love bats, so I love to watch them. They're just chilling out in the trees. Sometimes they fly from tree to tree, and it's just really lovely to watch.
Well, this is Chinatown on a Sunday afternoon.
So advice from us, if you're ever doing a street food tour here, don't do it on a Sunday.
It's very quiet and everything's closed. I mean, we knew about that before, but seeing it actually in person,
I mean, every restaurant and every stall is closed.
I think we'll continue with our tour tomorrow when it's going to be very busy. And so will you count us down?
3, 2, 1.
And we're back. Let's try some more food.
I'm hungry.
Bye-bye.
We just got a little snack for the road, and as we're in Chinatown, of course we had to buy some Chinese pastries. I got one filled with pistachios and papaya, which sounded really interesting.
They look really good. I think they're always baked fresh at that shop. Cheers. They're really good. This is not a classical mooncake. This is more like a shortbread with some big
Yeah,
bean
it
paste
tastes a lot
inside.
like shortbread.
Yeah, and yours?
Because the dough is also quite hard but buttery, so it's still
Buttery,
nice.
crumbly.
Yeah.
I like it. Is yours good?
Mine, yeah, the filling is good, but it's not pistachio like the sign said. It's peanuts
Ah, and papaya.
and papaya.
Nice snack. So here on Mauritius, you've got 3 Chinese dishes that are really popular. You've got boiled noodles, you've got fried noodles, and you've got fried rice. And right now we are in a restaurant, it's called Cafe Shanghai, one of the most popular spots here in Port Louis to eat all 3 dishes. And we're having some fried noodles and some boiled noodles.
These are not the first fried noodles we're trying here on Mauritius. You practically can't get around them. These are also not the best ones I've ever tried. I mean, they're nice because there are lots of vegetables in it. I ordered them with vegetables, that's all. But I think my favorite ones were the ones we had in La Golette, as you can see in one of our previous videos.
Yeah, the thing here with boiled or fried noodles here on Mauritius is that they don't use a lot of sauce on them. So the flavor mostly comes from, well, the ingredients themselves, and they're just a little bit basic. We're not the biggest fans, unfortunately. That's just our honest opinion.
Okay, so we got one little mini dessert at this place as well. It's Mauritian Napolitaine, and I think it's shortbread with some jam in the middle.
A lot of shortbread.
Not a lot of jam, but the shortbread is really nice. It's really buttery and salty as well. Super soft.
Super soft.
Super soft. I actually like it. Can we get some more?
Okay.
thought it was closed, but it's actually open. Blinders were just shut.
Okay.
So these little things are called boulettes, I think. It's like the Mauritian version of dumplings, and we'll see how close they actually are to Chinese dumplings.
Very close, I think. I think it's basically, yeah, dim sum, dumplings.
Yeah, probably. And then they're served in a soup. This one looks like it's in a pasta wrapper. I think it's chicken, and it's not too bad. It's like a little meatball, chicken meatball, inside of I mean, I don't know if I'm just describing dumplings at this point.
I think so, yeah, I think so.
I just don't know anything about dumplings, basically.
So yeah, these do look like regular dumplings. The soup...
It doesn't taste like much.
It's a basic soup. This looks like an eggy one. It's a bit sweet. I have no idea what this one is. It almost tastes like a curd or something.
Maybe we'll have to ask.
Yeah, I think overall they're just very close to regular dumplings, which isn't bad. Dumplings are good. Just gotta find the ones that you really like. These here, for example, have got some vegetable inside. They are really good.
This is a big one. It's a lot of cabbage, I think. It's good. Nicely flavored.
So apparently bubble tea is very popular here.
And I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's refreshing. It's not maybe Mauritian, but it's popular.
I've read that one person from Taiwan, or whose descendants were from Taiwan, went back in 2012 and saw that they had bubble tea, and then he kind of imported the idea of bubble tea here to Mauritius, and since 2012 they now have bubble tea everywhere.
So we are partaking in the enjoyment as well.
We both ordered it 30% sweet, but if mine is actually 30% sweet, I don't want to know what 100% tastes like.
And you can even order it with 120% sweetness. And I think if you do that, you probably need to sign a contract or something.
Welcome to Caudan Waterfront, which is a shopping center right at the harbor. I think the whole area is called Caudan, and then there's this shopping center where there are lots of shops and cafes and shacks. And this is where a lot of tourists actually stay. There's also one quite expensive hotel here. And it's also a nice place to grab some snacks because there are lots of little street food booths around this area. And a British pub where lots of people come to drink and watch football. So these umbrellas here are a typical photo scene for portlouis. And I think normally they're blue, but right now they've changed them to red and green because it's Christmassy. And I think that's a little bit cute.
So also here at Caudan Waterfront you've got the Blue Penny Museum, which showcases the world famous blue Mauritian stamp. It's one of the rarest and most expensive stamps in the world. From a very young age I collected stamps.
Simon, that's so cool.
I know, it's very cool. Back then, of course, as a young stamp collector, you were very interested in knowing what's the most expensive stamp in the world, and the answer was always, it's the Blue Mauritius stamp. And now, here it is. We saw it 2 days ago. I can confirm it is highly exciting.
I can't.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the museum is actually worth it because there's not only this stamp, there are also lots of old maps and seafarers equipment and lots of things to learn about Mauritius, so
yeah,
it's really interesting.
It gives you a really good overview of the history of Mauritius, and most importantly you can see the most exciting, rarest and most expensive stamp in the world. Super worth it.
As the day is coming to an end, we're now just gonna relax here at the water and maybe have some snacks. Literally everywhere we've been here in Mauritius, they've sold these little snacks at the beach or just on the streets. And the most famous snack here in Mauritius is the gâteau piment, These are chili bites, and they're fried split peas. They're a bit like falafel, but made with peas, not with chickpeas. We've had this before, and we already know that we love these little ones. They're not always spicy, but sometimes. They're not as fresh, I think. So maybe a 6 out of 10 because they're still nice. But the other ones, especially the ones we had in Flic en Flac, those were the best, I think. So watch the last video to see those.
Yeah, I mean, with all of these fried snacks, they're always best straight out of the hot oil, of course.
Yeah, we also got one samosa. Yeah, it's cheese, and it's good. Also, not freshly fried, but I like that there's a lot of pepper in it.
And to end this day, we've got a real fusion kind of snack as well, because here in this baguette, which is French, if you didn't know.
Obviously.
I've got Fish Vindaye. And Fish Vindaye is very popular here on Mauritius. Fish Vindaye is of Indian origin, and it's a bit similar or descended from the Vindaloo curry. They fry some fish, and then it's combined with vinegar, turmeric, onions, and mustard seeds. This is then put into a baguette. I mean, it's a sandwich. Let's give it a try. It's very turmeric-y. You can see that inside of this bread. It's got a nice flavor. The fish actually is very present in this Fish Vindaye. It is a nice combination together with onions. We've got spiciness from chilies, and it's just got a lot of different flavors inside.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a good sandwich. Good way to end the day. So that's it from us. We're now gonna enjoy the rest of our day here at the water.
We had a really yummy and fun day today, and yesterday as well. And we hope you also enjoyed this video. If yes, we're happy if you give it a thumbs up and maybe also subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.